Hey everyone, welcome to the live. Today we are going to break down something extremely important in the world of security and DevOps, that is RSA private keys and SSH public keys. So, what are they? How do they work? And why should you never share your private key with anyone? Let's get started. Okay. Before that, let me create a folder of today's date, that is 6th. Yeah, 6/12/2025, and copy only main.tf. Yeah. Let me open in VS Code. Code space dot. Yeah. So please watch my previous video so that you can able to understand the things, what's going on, what's like that. Okay. Today I'll discuss on RSA private keys and SSH public keys. Okay. So what is asymmetric uh, cryptography? Anyone knows, then okay, just take in mind. So okay, what is asymmetric cryptographic? Okay, so RSA keys are part of something called asymmetric cryptography. Okay, there are two types, means two keys. Okay, public keys, that is we share it with servers, and private key we never share it with anyone. Okay, so asymmetric RSA keys are part of something called asymmetric cryptographic. Okay, I already told you that is first is public key and the second one is private key. Okay, So whatever is encrypted by the public key can only be decrypted by using the private key. So this is what makes SSH secure. Okay. The second concept is RSA private key. And RSA private key looks something. I'll show you. Okay. Yeah. So this you can see the look of that key. Okay. This private key contains several mathematical components. Okay. Modules, private exponent, prime numbers, additional coefficients. Okay. This key is used for SSH login authentication, decryption data, and creating digital signatures. Okay. So if someone steals your private key, they can act as you on any server that trusts your key. Okay. So I can say, so never upload or show your private key on YouTube, GitHub, WhatsApp, or anywhere online. Okay. If it get exposed, treat it as compromised and delete it immediately. Okay. So this is the not real one. Okay. So don't copy it and make in use. Okay. So this is what. So let us understand that is the SSH public key. You can see how long it is. Okay. So so the public key look like this one. What I have showed you here. Okay. Yeah. So part of public key we have that SSH-RSA. You can see here. I'll show you the real one, but I already show you that I can't show you the real one. But still, I can show you the file. Okay, when I'll create and download it for you guys. So SSH dash RSA, the algorithm. It is the algorithm that it is, you can see AAA like that. It is base 64 encoded public data. Okay. So this key is safe to share. Uh, you put it inside the servers. Okay. With, you have to give some file name as like this, and your server automatically take it. Okay. And authenticate it. So it is used to identify you, not impersonate you. Okay. So how SSH authentication works? So let's see how SSH login work behind the scene. So you try to SSH into a server. Okay. Let me show you how we are logging into our system. Not here. Yeah. I'm going to create a manual virtual machines for me. Okay. I'll give any name. Let me give today's date 06 122025, and today is Saturday. Okay, this is the SSH public key, and this is the password. Okay, so now I am using password here. I'll give my username as Saturday. I'll give you Saturday, and I'll give password which I am not going to show you. Let open this port only 22. Yeah, now it is creating. Okay, let it create. So, okay, we try to SSH into a server. Okay, once it is created, then server checks your public key in authorized key. Okay, the server sends a challenge encrypted using your public key. Okay, and your private key decrypts it, and if successful, means access granted. Okay, so no password needed, no credential sent. This is why SSH key login is considered by very secure. It is still creating. So RSA keys are used everywhere. Okay, logging into Linux servers, Git over SSH, Kubernetes cluster. cloud VM, CI/CD automations, API signing. Okay, so security best practices. I can say that to keep your keys safe, follow some rules like store the private key only in you know uh, some structure one only, and always set strict permission. Okay, for that particular key. Do not share it. Use a passphrase. Rotate key regularly and use agents like SSH agent. Okay, let me go to source, and you can see here right now I am not using SSH key, so that I need to use my password. Okay, to get into that machine. Yeah. Okay, SSH like that I have to write, then I have to give enter, then I have to give password. Okay, so now I am into my virtual machine VM. Okay, what I have created right now. So you can see here what I have used here means I used here my password. So this is not good. Okay, so we will use our SSH key in the place of password. Let us create another VM. Create virtual machine. Yeah, let's create it. Now you can see here download private key and create resource. Now you can see .pym has downloaded right now. Okay, so you can see here. Let me explain this one by one so that you can understand more. Okay, so the provided block of text appears to be an RSA private key. Okay, whatever you are seeing here, that is the RSA private key. Let me explain its purpose and significance in detail. But note that I will not analyze or break down the content of this private key, as it should remain private and secure. Okay. So, an RSA private key is a part of a public private key pair used in asymmetric cryptography. Okay. RSA. What does it mean by RSA? The reversed Samir Adelman. Okay. This means. No one is going to ask the full form of that RSA, and that RSA is widely used encryption and authentication algorithm that relies on two keys. I already told you that public key and private key. Okay, public key and private key. So public key used for encryption or verification, and private key used for decryption or signing. Now I showed you that I downloaded one PEM key. Okay, so if we can see header and footer in that key as a begin RSA private key. Okay, and at the end we can see end RSA private key. So these lines indicate the beginning and end of the PAM, PEM, that is privacy enhanced mail. Okay, PAM encoded RSA key. So this format helps identify the type of key and make it recognizable to programs that manage keys. Okay. So encoded content means what? The content between the header and footer is a base 64 encoded representation of the private key. Okay. If you can see from here to here, okay. So that is encrypted. Okay. The private key can decrypt it only. The private key, what I have downloaded right now. Okay. Yeah, it's created here. This is the way. Okay. CMD. I have to give the private key file path here. Okay, let me show you. Yeah, here. This is the, okay, this is the path only. But here it is not the exact path. Let me copy as path. Yeah, it is the correct one. I have to copy this path and I need to paste it. Okay. Yes. Now you can see with the help of PAM key, I can able to log in into my virtual machines. Okay. What? Now I didn't give any my password and all. Just I gave the path of that particular PAM file, and it is into the system. Okay. So this is the functionality of uh, PAM key and all. Okay. So modulus, the product of two large prime numbers we have inside that PAM file RSA key. Let me take here. Yeah, it having modulus, the product of two large prime numbers here. Then we have private exponent used for decrypting the data encrypted with the corresponding public key. Other component we have including the prime factors and coefficient for internal computations to make decryption more efficient. So we have all the things inside the key. So let me talk about the use of an RSA key, RSA private key. So decryption. If a message is encrypted using the corresponding public key, the private key can decrypt it. Okay. So the private key is what that I downloaded there. Okay. Digital signature. The private key can sign the data to provide its authenticity, and the signature can be verified using the public key. Okay. And SSH key authentication. Private keys are commonly used to establish secure connections, such as SSH. What does it mean by SSH? The secure cell, and it is access to the server. So why we need that? For security consideration and all. Confidential confidential keys we have, then we are using this key and all. So this private key should be kept secret and protected. If exposed, unauthorized parties can decrypt sensitive information. Okay. Or it can be im- impersonate the key holder and all. And encryption strength, we can say here. RSA keys are generally strong, but security depends on the key length. Okay, we have example, I can say that 2048 bit, 4096 bit. Longer keys provide more security but require more computational power. So best practices: store the key securely, such as in secure key vault or using encryption. Use strong passphrase for additional protection. Rotate and update the keys periodically. Okay, I already told you. So we have some warnings all. I already explained you that never share that private key openly, and the share or exposing a private key can lead to a significant security vulnerabilities. Okay, including unauthorized access and the data breach and all. So use secure channels when transferring private keys. Ensure your use of secure methods such as encrypted files or secure key exchange protocols. Okay. So this is the private key. Okay. Now, what is that SSH public key? So an SSH public key is a part of key pair used in SSH, that is secure cell, for secure access to remote system. So it is used to authenticate a client, okay, to an SSH server without sending passwords over the network. Once I showed you that from first for the first time I log in through the password, but in second time I used my the file system, that is the my PEM key. Okay. PEM is your private key, and .pob is your public key. Okay. So these are the things, guys. That's all for the day. Okay. So thanks for joining the stream. And if you have found this useful, hit like, subscribe, and share this lesson with your DevOps friends. Okay. See you in the next live session. Thank you.